Hello everybody. Today we are going to begin lesson 2 of the Kitzur Likutei Moharan. Rabbeinu is telling us a very important message here in the first part of lesson number 2. He tells us that the primary weapon of a Jewish person is prayer. All of the wars that we each have to wage in our own life, whether it's a war against the evil inclination, or a war against anything else that impedes us from attaining our goals and living the true life, the Torah life that we want to live. All of these battles are only fought and won with prayer. He also tells us that all of a person's vitality comes from prayer. Everything inside of each one of us that's energetic and that strives us on to achieve greater and greater things, all of this comes from our prayers. And as we learned in lesson 1, one of the main ways to make sure that our prayers are accepted is to engage in energetic, regular Torah study. That's very, very important. A person, he says, who aspires to attain true holiness, you have to engage frequently and intensely in prayers and supplications and conversation with the Creator of the universe. Here, Rabbi Nachman is referring to the principle of hitbodedut. Hitbodedut is the idea of having a one-on-one personal conversation with Hashem, with the Creator, as if you would talk to a close friend or a loved one. To go and spend, in Rabbi Nachman's case, he advises to go into the fields. And if you don't have a field nearby, that's okay too. You can always just find a quiet place, a private place where you can talk to Hashem, either out loud or inside, and tell Him all of the things that are troubling you. Tell Him, I'm worried about money, I'm worried about my family, I'm worried about my health, whatever it is that's going on in your life. Apart from the daily prayers that we say, the 3 times a day, we have to spend some time, at least an hour, but if you can't do an hour, even 1 minute is perfect. Just as long as you take some time to interact with Hashem, even if you don't know what to say, even if you're lost for words, just the very fact that you're taking time out of your day to talk to Hashem Yisbarach about what's bothering you, to self-analyze how you've been during the day. How have I treated my fellow today? Have I done good? Have I been kind and courageous in my prayers? Meaning, have I brought strength and courage to ask Hashem for the things that I need? I think it takes a certain type of courage to be able to say, I'm just a human being, and there are times when, in fact, all the time, I need Hashem to provide for me. And when you realize that everything that is provided to you is coming directly from Hashem, then you start to develop an amazing attitude of gratitude, one that's based in Torah and holiness. And so in the beginning of lesson 2, Rabbeinu is stressing to us how important it is for us to have not only the regularly scheduled, already written prayers that have been in place for 1,000 years or more, but to have our own time to speak to Hashem, to give ourselves over to Hashem, take all of our worries, all of the things that are bothering us in our life, in our day, in that moment, in that second, and give it over to Hashem and ask Hashem to help you. And He will. And the primary battle against the evil inclination can be overcome with our main secret weapon. And that secret weapon is tefillah, is prayer. And so I would encourage each and every one of us to take some time. If you can go to a field, great. If you can't go to a field, that's fine too. Go find a nice quiet place, even if it's at nighttime in your bed before you go to sleep. And talk to Hashem and give over your struggles and your worries and your concerns over to Hashem. And He will help you and He will answer you. And you can take that arrow, the arrow of prayer, the weapon of prayer, and put it in your toolbox, put it in your quiver of arrows, so that we can continue every single day, every single minute to fight against the Yetzer Hara, the evil inclination, and to maintain ourselves on the true and correct path of the Torah and of loving Hashem.